Hello everybody and welcome back to the JRPG Report. My name is Dalton Suter and this is episode 227. And man, we got some good news this week, some interesting news, and I hope you are all having a wonderful week so far, rolling into a tremendous weekend. And let's just go ahead and roll right into it, shall we? First and foremost, Square Enix and A-Team unveiled an advanced Shinra pack for Final Fantasy VII The First Soldier, which includes skins based on Weiss and Nero from Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate. Additionally, the cosmetic packs include skins resembling Rosso and Shelky from Dirge of Cerberus Final Fantasy VII, as well as a few other accessories. Players can purchase packs using either 300 Shinra credits or using 5 advanced Shinra pack tickets. The cosmetics will be available until August 31st, 2022. Notably, the Weiss skin has a special feature that unlocks new effects, and with every duplicate skin obtained. Second level will unlock the alternate skin Weiss Empowered, and the third level unlocks a new kill effect, the Immaculate, which activates every time you kill or down an opponent. Both the Weiss and Nero skins are available for the male and female character body types. Rosso and Shelky, however, are only available to equip for female characters. Furthermore, the cosmetic pack also includes items such as Weiss's blades, Nero's face mask, a deep ground soldier skin, and various deep ground themed accessories. Finally, the game is also hosting a 6-day login bonus campaign where the characters can obtain up to 20 advanced Shinra pack tickets and 2 banners featuring Weiss and Nero. You can get a look at Final Fantasy VII The First Soldier, Weiss, and Nero skins in this article if you'd like to check it out. I did retweet this. Earlier this year, Square Enix also added a skin based on the remake version of Sephiroth. More recently, the company has added low-poly Final Fantasy VII style skins of Zack, Angeal, Genesis, and Aerith. Final Fantasy VII The First Soldier is available to play on iOS and Android devices. The Advanced Shinra Pack Weiss will be available until August 31st, 2022. Each pack costs 300 Shinra credits or 5 Advanced Shinra Pack tickets. And in some release news, Adventure Academia, The Fractured Continent, is heading to the West. P-Cube Games announced that it is publishing Acquire Develop Strategy RPG overseas. The game was first announced in June 2022 by Acquire, but international release plans were not specified at the time. P-Cube uploaded a full localized overview of the trailer for Adventure, which shares its setting with the venerable Class of Heroes franchise. Adventure Academia takes place on the titular Fractured Continent. Players will take charge of a new class of aspiring adventurers from various fantasy races. They will be in control of the teacher, Alex, who serves as the focal point of the party. Alex can deploy students in his party to attack and defend, and his ability to call in more students to join the fray increases with his level and progression. Stages have varied objects and layouts, and battles happen in tactical grid in what seems to be real time. Maneuvering out of the danger zone of boss attacks plays a role in the gameplay, as does magic to even the odds. Students can be upgraded and equipped to improve their capabilities as well. Adventure Academia The Fractured Continent is in development for PS4 and Nintendo Switch. It releases on September 8th, 2022 in Japan, but there is no international release date as of yet. So if you're interested, I did retweet this. Publisher Square Enix and developer Tri-Ace have released a new trailer for Star Ocean: The Divine Force, dubbed Mission Report Number 2, DUMA and the Vanguard Assault. The video introduces DUMA, or maybe Duma, an unusual creation imbued with superintelligence and self-cognizance, and Vanguard Assault, a defining feature of the Duma, allowing for a wide range of abilities and utility, including flight, field scan, and more. And like I said, if you would like to check out this trailer, I did retweet it, and Star Ocean: The Divine Force is due out for PlayStation 5, Xbox Series, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC via Steam October 27th worldwide. And I know I can't wait for that. I know some listeners can't wait for that. James can't wait for it. Everybody's stoked for some Star Ocean, and that warms my heart. Since the release of Digimon came out, I thought that this would be a good one to read. So the Twitter account for Digimon Games tweeted out a request for players to avoid posting about the story content past Chapter 5 of Digimon Survive. Players will be free to talk about events past Chapter 5 2 months after the release of Digimon Survive. That means you will be able to freely post about the whole game from September 29th, 2022. This is so all players will have an equal opportunity to enjoy Digimon Survive for the first time. That is not to say that players are completely unable to talk about the entirety of the game. The Twitter account says that they are free to do so if they make it clear that their post contains spoilers, such as with hashtags. Spoiler hashtags on social media are often used by spoiler-averse players to filter out that sort of content from their feeds. Bandai Namco didn't specify it would take any enforcement action against spoilers, though. But I thought that was kind of cool of them. Requests like this are not new in the game industry. For example, Spike Chunsoft has requested that streamers and those posting on social media to avoid posting videos showing what happens after Chapter 1 of the Danganronpa games. The game also automatically prevents players from taking screenshots or videos past Chapter 1. Digimon Survive is an upcoming story-focused strategy game. Well, I guess it was at the time of this article, but it is out as of right now. And I've heard some things. People were saying that it's a lot of visual novel, and I mean, being the person that I am in the JRPGs that I play, I'm very used to that style. I could see how it would throw some people off that if they weren't expecting that, but I don't know, man. I say stick with it because usually when things are presented to you in visual novel style, there's some decent writing in it, at least in my experience. So like, okay, sit back, have you a drink, be it an adult drink or a Pepsi, and enjoy, man. I just say, like, enjoy. And if it's not for you, it's not for you. That's all. So for Phantasy Star Online 2 players, there will be a new crossover event from Melty Blood Type Lumina. Type Moon is the company, made the announcement on the second day of the Fate Grand Order 7th Anniversary Festival, where it also published new information about its other games. Type Moon did not specify what kind of Melty Blood content would be appearing in Sega's Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis. But whenever the crossover content from other franchises appear in the latter MMORPG, it usually consists of avatar parts and accessories that let the players replicate characters from the former. The items will be available in gacha-like scratch tickets that usually run for 4 weeks or so after launch. Melty Blood Type Lumina will be the second external franchise to bring crossover content into PSO2 New Genesis. Sega previously announced that it will release its first crossover avatar part models after HoloLive production VTubers, on August 24th, 2022. In its roadmap for late 2022, Sega revealed plans to release more crossover scratches with an external game title, which fits the description for Melty Blood, in October 2022, and an anime show in November. The fighting game Melty Blood Type Lumina is available on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch and PC, while Phantasy Star Online 2 New Genesis is also available on the same platforms. Only the PC version is universally available worldwide. The Nintendo Switch Cloud version only appears in Japan, while the Xbox One and Xbox Series X versions appear elsewhere worldwide. Sega will launch the global PS4 version of the MMORPG August 31st, 2022. So the NieR Automata Church secret has been figured out. They figured it out since the last we spoke. So the NieR fan community has been in an uproar over the last several days, probably a week, following the saga of the Secret Church. Supposedly discovered 5 years after the game's release or so. Now, the secret of the NieR Automata Church has been revealed. As it turns out, it's neither an elaborate hoax nor a bit of viral marketing for something to do with the new NieR. Rather, it's a bit of both. According to its creators, the whole event was a complex, engrossing stunt designed to show off a powerful new set of modding tools. To summarize, an anonymous player going by Sadfudigo began posting videos and screens of a never-before-seen church. Well, you heard me talk about this last week, but this is just the summary, just for those who may not have. But many were left wondering whether the thing was a hoax or actually like newly discovered content in the game, and that the case for it being legitimate was bolstered by the fact that at the time, NieR Automata modding tools and techniques were widely considered incapable of fashioning entirely new areas, as demonstrated in the video and screenshots posted. Combined with cryptic references to the rest of the NieR franchise, some suggested it was a viral marketing tick to promote the upcoming Switch port of Automata, or even a new NieR game. Things reached a fevered pitch yesterday and today as more and more elaborate screens and videos from the secret NieR Automata Church were shown, referencing titles like Drakengard 3 and showing off assets seemingly imported from that game into NieR Automata's engine. By then, some, including veteran modder and Final Secret discoverer Lance McDonald, had concluded that this indeed was the evidence of a bleeding-edge modding project rather than anything official. But without definite confirmation, speculation continued. The climatic moment came when Sad Fudigo updated their Reddit profile with a link to a Twitch stream, as well as some broken Japanese promising that the stunt was not an ARG and quote-unquote not official. They went live, broadcasting themselves playing through a lengthy, newly constructed gameplay sequence created with a new set of modding tools. The creators of the NieR Automata Secret Church were users Devolus Revenge, Woeful Wolf, and Raider B. The team thanked the community and apologized for quote-unquote misleading everyone, and according to them, they were going for a cut content / secret, not an ARG in their construction of the stunt. The NieR Automata Church creators also promised that they would make the tools open source so the wider modding community can benefit from the set of tools capable of doing things previously available to only the NieR Automata developers themselves. In the end, while the saga of the Secret Church turned out to be not related to anything official, it did inaugurate a new era in the NieR Automata modding and provided some excitement around a beloved game. The NieR Automata is available for PC, PS4, and Xbox One, and the Nintendo Switch port is due out on October 6th, 2022, and those who might want to play the content created with the new tools, you're going to need the PC version of the game, because, PC Master Race! So this next thing, I found this very interesting. So Idea Factory International tweeted out a link, ificalls.me. So I clicked this link because, I love Idea Factory. I love the stuff that they put out. I love Neptunia. And you guys know that I love Neptunia. And the link said text pudding to 855-784-1874 and stay tuned with a smiley face. Now, for those of you who have never played Neptunia games, Neptune, the titular character, loves pudding. I mean, loves pudding. And this website also has a link that if you're in the UK, I believe you can click it and it will give you a UK number to text as well. And so I did this. I sent the text message, and I will report back on what I get back, if anything. If Neptune shows up to my house and kills me and you guys never hear from me again, then you know what happened. But maybe I'm going to get offers for merchandise. Maybe it'll be like a new game and this is their way of advertising it. I don't know. So I will definitely keep everyone posted on what that ends up being. In some MMO news, the Final Fantasy XIV producer and director Naoki Yoshida has announced a delay for the planned North American data center expansion. Originally planned for August 2022, Yoshida revealed that the phase of the expansion will instead start in November 2022. The schedule for the second phase of the expansion will remain unchanged. Yoshida explained that the main reason for this delay was related to the recent semiconductor shortages. Specifically, the company's server vendor had informed Square Enix that it would be unable to deliver the required equipment due to the shortage. While Square Enix had to try to find ways to another solution, ultimately decided to delay the first phase of the expansion instead. But the planned data expansion will add a total of 8 new worlds for North American players to play in. The newly added worlds will arrive in 2 phases and will fall under a new logical data center. The first phase will add 4 worlds, with the second phase adding the additional 4. Square Enix expects the second phase of the expansion to roll out somewhere in the spring or summer of 2023. Japanese and European data centers received a similar expansion as a part of the 6.18 patch, released on July 5th, 2022. That update also added data center travel, which allows players to transfer their characters to new servers. However, Square Enix was later forced to suspend that due to congestion. So I found that pretty interesting, man. I was like, oh, they're going to have to do that. Well, I mean, I know it's needed because so many more people are coming in every single week, it seems, to Final Fantasy XIV that I do not blame them for doing whatever they can to alleviate pressure on their servers. So a new Valkyria Chronicles exhibit will appear in Japan ahead of the series' 15th anniversary. A pre-opening of the Raita Honju and Valkyria Chronicles exhibit will take place at Phrase Gallery Akihabara from July 31st to September 4th, 2022. And I'm really sorry if I butchered that name. This exhibit will primarily feature illustrations from the Valkyria Chronicles series. There will be a focus on Valkyria Chronicles Duel, the mobile and PC browser card game that ran from 2012 to 2015. A shop selling merchandise related to the series will appear for the duration of the event. The venue will also double as Raita Honjao's personal art exhibit. They provided character designs for the Valkyria games as well as for other titles like Fate Grand Order. As such, The venue will also feature art and products from other than Valkyria Chronicles and Sega-owned IPs. The exhibit will be open 5 days a week, and people in Japan will be able to visit the venue on Tuesdays and Wednesdays from 14 to 18 JST, and Fridays to Sundays from 12 to 20 JST. The venue will not be available on Mondays and Tuesdays. The Valkyria Chronicles Series' 15th anniversary will fall in April 2023. Sega released the first game in Japan on April 24th, 2008. The series' latest entry, Valkyria Chronicles 4, came out in 2018 for PS4, PS4, Xbox One, almost said PS1, that's not right, Nintendo Switch, and PC. I actually have the first Valkyria Chronicles and Valkyria Chronicles 4 on Steam. I need to play those. I really enjoy a good strategy RPG, and I love the art style of the Valkyria Chronicle games. Super cool. So, if you were hoping for a physical edition of Sword and Fairy Together Forever, you are in luck. Serenity Forge, in cooperation with East Asia Soft, wow, easy for me to say, East Asia Soft, will publish physical editions of the Chinese action RPG Sword and Fairy Together Forever for PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 in early 2023 in the West, the company has announced. Sword and Fairy Together Forever will be available in a premium physical edition and a premier collector's edition, both of which will include collectibles. The premium physical edition for $49.99 will have a reverse cover sheet in a gorgeous original authentic Chinese design, a set of 4 high-quality chipboard standees of the main characters, download code for 4 modern design costumes for the main characters, soundtrack download code, and a PS4 exclusive download codes for 2 unique PS4 themes. Now, the premium collector's edition for $99.99 comes with a wholly unique CCG deck set of in-game CCG Journey to the Heaven, 2-player playmat for CCG, can also be used as a large desk mat, adorable iconic fairy plush, steelbook game case, 4-disc original soundtrack CD set, and 4 high-quality stunning art print postcards. Sword and Fairy Together Forever is due out digitally for PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 on August 4th worldwide. Physical editions will be available in Japan and Asia on the same day with English language support, and the PC version, simply titled Sword and Fairy 7, is already out on Steam. It came out October 21st, 2021. So as you're listening to this today, this game is out, so if you're interested, go check it out. So Square Enix updated the official website for Harvestella, its upcoming farming and life sim RPG, with new screenshots and gameplay details. In addition to the information on the game's farming, fishing, and relationship mechanics, the website featured a host of new images depicting Nemea Town, the town of spring. Harvestella will release for the PC via Steam and Nintendo Switch in November 2022. One of the 4 main locations that the player visits in Harvestella will be the town of Nemea, located near the Sea's Light of Spring. Flower blossom all year long in this town. The town's quest line revolves around a large mysterious egg that appears on the Sea's Light of Spring. There, the players can meet characters such as Asil and Estina, a teacher of the town's orphanage. Players can increase their relationship levels with the characters through character quests, and improving your relationship with the characters will unlock new combat abilities, as well as provide reward items. It's still unclear whether the player character will be able to date other characters. Furthermore, Square Enix revealed the Skylancer job type, which focuses on wide-sweeping physical wind attacks. It also detailed the game's farming and fishing mechanics. As with most farming RPGs, player will have access to both year-round and seasonal crops. Spring crops will include tomatoes, peaches, and a zucchini-cucumber hybrid, and strawberries. Along with fish caught at various fishing points, players can choose to use them in cooking or process them to make them into more expensive products, or just sell them for money. Harvestella will be coming out for the Nintendo Switch and PC November 4th, 2022. That sounds up my alley. The screenshots look awesome. I'm stoked for this game. Straight up. I really am. Ooh, and I can vouch for this next one. Nexomon plus Nexomon Extinction Complete Collection will launch for PlayStation 4 and Switch on August 26th. Publisher P-Cube and developer Vivo Interactive announced. On the same date, P-Cube will also release a Nexomon and Nexomon Extinction 2-game digital bundle for Xbox One. Here's a little overview in case you've never heard of these games. Return once again to the classic monster catching and experience the complete Nexomon story with 2 epic adventures in one. Battle and tame hundreds of Nexomon, with more than 600 Nexomon from 9 elemental types to discover through wild encounters and level-based evolution. Creating a team that matches your playstyle is effortless. Explore a vast and varied world. From freezing tundra and arid desert to dense forest and gorgeous beaches, the world of Nexomon is expansive and varied. A hero is nothing without his friends, though, and at their side, an adversary is attempting to thwart them at their every move. Nexamon boasts an extensive roster of unique characters and narrative twists with a world-spanning story of good versus evil. Go from humble beginnings with a wide array of starter Nexamon to building the ultimate team and battle your way to victory to save the world. And it looks like from unknown sources that we have heard that there have been some new Nexamon spotted in the wild. Keep an eye out for these new extremely rare Nexamon and Nexamon's upcoming post-game content, which will be included in the Nexamon plus Nexamon Extinction Complete Collection. Prismasaur, a wildly popular plant in Nexamon and the Nexamon community, and even won a popularity contest among tamers. It not only looks impressive, but also battles with incredible skill. This Nexamon is an all-arounder, proving to be the go-to Nexamon for most experienced tamers. Carnagrius are not particularly fond of humans. A long time ago, humans destroyed their natural habitat, making them very cautious of tamers. Although it is hard to earn a Carnagrius trust, once a tamer achieves this feat, they become inseparable. And the final one to keep an eye for is Jita, and Jita is the fastest Nexamon to date. Not a single Nexamon comes even close to matching its full speed. Jita uses its electrified nervous system to jumpstart its muscles like no other Nexamon. You won't even see it coming. So keep your eyes peeled for that, ladies and gentlemen. Rolling right along for the 25th anniversary of the Persona franchise, a special stream will take place on August 9th, 2022 at 7 p.m. JST. That would convert to about 3 a.m. PST to about 6 a.m. Eastern. Jun Fukuyama, who voices the protagonist in Persona 5, and Daisuke Namikawa, who voices the protagonist in Persona 4, will be the guests. Atlus has stated that it will not announce a new game during this stream. But you will be able to watch this stream live on YouTube and Twitter, although it is not an actual live stream with the guests, as everything was recorded beforehand. But it is unclear what announcements that Atlus will be making during the anniversary stream, as if there is no news on upcoming games. So if you're interested in that, keep an eye out. August 9th, 2022. And just a little quick bit about Soul Hackers 2. Atlus has released a new English trailer for Soul Hackers 2 dubbed Twisted Fates. And if you are interested in that, I did retweet this. There's nothing else on here except it says that, and then it has the trailer. So if you're interested in that, please do check it out. Soul Hackers is coming out. It reminds me of like a new Shin Megami game almost, or like the evolution of that series. So it'd be interesting to see. I hope to hear from you guys once this game actually comes out, and hear what all you wonderful people think of it. So Nintendo Switch Online subscribers in the US can obtain new user icons designed after Xenoblade Chronicle 3 characters by redeeming their My Nintendo Platinum points throughout August 2022. Users can gather the points by completing missions in the Nintendo Switch Online app, and they will be able to use their points to purchase rewards, such as user icons. The icons will be available for a limited time, though, as Nintendo will split the distribution into 5 waves on a weekly basis. The schedule for Xenoblade Chronicle 3 Platinum Points rewards is as follows. Wave 1 starring Noah and Mio from July 28th to August 4th, 2022. Wave 2 starring Uni and Teon from August 4th to the August 11th, 2022. Wave 3 starring Lance and Cena is August 11th to the 18th, 2022. Wave 4 starring Chibi Mio and Chibi Uni, August 18th to the 25th, 2022. And Wave 5 starring the Queens of Agnes and Kieves, August 25th to the September 1st, 2022. Each wave will feature more than just main characters mentioned above, though. The first wave will also include icons of several supporting characters like Riku, Valdi, and Juniper. Nintendo will end the ongoing wave every Thursday at 5:59 p.m. PT. Xenoblade Chronicles 3 is available worldwide for the Nintendo Switch. A Japanese and English dual audio option is available as a part of the base game. Nintendo has also revealed a DLC expansion pass that will add more content like new hero characters and quests periodically until the end of 2023. And up next is probably the longest of the stories that we have now, but also the biggest, so I saved it for last. But the Pokémon Company and developer Game Freak have released a new trailer, information, and screenshots for Pokémon Scarlet and Pokémon Violet, introducing the Paldea region, story, terrestrial phenomena, Terra raid battles, and more. Your adventure is going to take place in the Paldea region, a land of vast open spaces dotted with lakes, towering peaks, wastelands, perilous mountain ranges. Along the way, all sorts of trainers will be adventuring and honing their skills with Pokemon battles. You can find lots of people and Pokemon living together in a variety of locations, ranging from farming village with bountiful harvests to a port town with a bustling marketplace. And there are also Pokemon living in treetops, rivers, and all sorts of other locations in the wilderness, and they're all just waiting to meet you. And of course, returning is your adventuring companion, the Rotom Phone, a must-have for traveling in the Paldea region. The Rotom Phone has several apps and features that will come in handy during your adventures. This time, the Pokedex will be loaded onto the Rotom Phone as an app. Your map will also be an app on your Rotom Phone. You will be able to see the map of the entire Paldea region in the map app, which will naturally show your current location, and you will also see all kinds of information like nearby towns, Pokemon centers, and wild Pokemon. Adventuring in the vast Paldea region won't be a walk in the park, though. In order to battle Pokemon trainers and catch wild Pokemon, you'll need to rest your Pokemon and get Pokeballs to catch more Pokemon. To support Pokemon trainers, there are many outdoor Pokemon centers scattered about Paldea. Trainers can easily find Pokemon centers even from far away. Pokemon centers light up at night, and each of them have a Pokeball sign on the roof. Depending on the version of the game you have, the Pokemon that appear will differ. There are several differences between Scarlet and Violet, and one such difference is the species of Pokemon that appear. For example, Larvitar and Stonjourner appear in Scarlet, while Bagon and Eiscue appear in Violet. You will be weaving 3 grand stories into your adventure as you meet Pokemon you've never seen and unique characters. These titles have the hallmark Pokemon story of going to the gyms and aiming to becoming the champion, but there is no set path. So you can go to whichever gym you want and challenge in whatever order that you desire. Furthermore, there are 2 other grand stories besides your pursuit of becoming a champion, as many trials and tribulations await you in those stories as well. Please look forward to finding out what kinds of these stories there are. Furthermore, you can freely go back and forth between all 3 stories, allowing your adventure to develop in the way that you want. Some may want to reach the rank of champion and rush through the gyms, while others might want to adventure at their leisure, at times searching for Pokemon or meeting all sorts of people. Everybody can experience the game the way they want to. Being able to make your own story is one of the hallmarks of the Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet games. The Paldea region has a Pokemon League and special class of pro-rank Pokemon trainers who have achieved the champion ranking. These trainers have grown with their Pokemon and are able to dazzle audiences with their skill battles. There are facilities called Pokemon gyms in many of the towns, and the leaders of these gyms are awaiting the challenge of trainers like you and your friends. There is no set path to the gyms. You can purposefully seek out a strong gym leader, or you can simply stop by a gym that happens to be located in a town you've come across on your journey. This time, you get to plot your very own path along Victory Road. If you beat all 8 gyms spread across the region and collect their gym badges, you will be able to take on a special test called the Champion Assessment. And if you successfully pass the assessment, your strength will be acknowledged and you will be given the champion rank, making you an object of admiration for other trainers. Polish your skills with many Pokemon and trainers and aim for the glorious champion rank. They also introduced us to the gym leader, of the Glacedo gym, Grusha. Grusha used to be a professional snowboarder, but now he's the gym leader of the Glacedo gym full-time. He's an ice-type specialist who has a Sea Titan as his partner. He's usually pretty cool-headed, but when the battles get heated, he starts showing his emotions that he usually keeps pushed down. And at the Naranja Academy and Uva Academy, you can meet new people, new Pokemon, and a new you. In the center of Paldea sits the largest city in the region, Mesagoza. It is here that you find a school boasting a history that few other schools do, where people from all sorts of regions come to hone their skills against each other, be it through academics or Pokemon battles. Age is not an issue in enrollment here, so a wide range of age groups from children to adults take the same classes, which mostly relate to Pokemon. It seems there are a few classes that you can take with Pokemon too. Man, I don't know if that thunder is picking up on the microphone, but it is storming like crazy here right now. In Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, the name of the school, its emblem, its uniforms, and other details will differ depending on which version of the game that you have. Set out from school looking for a grand adventure. The special independent study project on the treasure hunt. As the main character, you will be enrolling at the academy. Of course, you will not be alone at this school. You will also have friends that you can sharpen your skills against, like Nimona, Arvin, and Penny, in addition to unique teachers who will teach you what they know about battling, Pokemon biology, and more. This academy is also where Director Clavel will give you and your friends an independent study assignment, the treasure hunt. Where will you go? Who will you meet? What will you accomplish? Embark on your journey across Paldea to gain new experiences and meet new people and find your very own treasure. In Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet, you will be able to make changes to your character's eye shape, mouth shape, and more to look the way that you want to look. And of course, you can change your hairstyle, your hair color, and eyebrows at salons too. So look your best when you go on those treasure hunts. And you can use all sorts of items to make your uniform fit you, ranging from short sleeves and shorts to warm blazers. The Academy has 4 different kinds of uniforms in total. Additionally, you can collect a wide variety of accessories from boutiques, wear your favorite items, and try out different styles along the way on your adventure. So, what is this Terrastal phenomenon? This phenomenon is found only in the Paldea region, and it makes Pokemon shine and glimmer like gems or vampires from Twilight. When a Pokemon terrastalizes, a Terra Jewel appears above the Pokemon's head like a crown, and the Pokemon's body glistens like a cut gemstone. It's said that the Terrastal energy that seeps from the ground of the Paldea region is involved in this phenomenon. Many details remain unclear, but Professor Sada and Professor Turo are researching this mystery. And fun fact, all Pokemon that call the Paldea region home can terrastalize. Terrastalizing holds the key to victory or defeat in battles in the Paldea region. All the Pokemon in Paldea can terrastalize to gain special power. First, each Pokemon has a Terra type. A Pokemon's Terra type is inactive until the Pokemon terrastalizes for the first time, at which this Pokemon's type will change to its Terra type. For example, some Eevee will have a normal Terra type, but some other Eevee will have a flying Terra type. There are 18 types, meaning there are countless combinations of Pokemon and Terra types. Terrastalizing a Pokemon will allow you to enhance your battle strategies by increasing the power of any moves that have the same type as your Pokemon's Terra type, or by changing your Pokemon's weakness. When to activate this special transformation and the combination of Pokemon and Terra types you choose to use are all up to you. Find out what's best for you and gain the upper hand in battle. But only select trainers in the Paldea region are allowed to carry the special item known as a Terra Orb. But once you terrastalize a Pokemon, your Terra Orb will lose all its Terrastal energy, and you won't be able to use it again until it's been recharged. You can charge your Terra Orb if you touch crystals overflowing with Terrastal energy, or go to a Pokemon Center. And you can fight alongside your friends within the time limit, of course, in the Terra Raid battles. The Terra Raid battles are a completely new battle format where you will team up with 3 other trainers in order to take on a terrastalized wild Pokemon within a time limit. In Terra Raid battles, you can attack without waiting for other trainers' turns, so it's important that you cooperate with your fellow trainers at a quick pace. The Pokemon that appear in Terra Raid battles are fierce, but you can join forces with other players to prove victorious. And managing to defeat the Terra Pokemon within the time limit will undo the Pokemon's transformation, giving you the chance to try and catch it by throwing Pokeballs. Victories can reward you with many useful items as well. And of course, in Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet, you can trade and battle with trainers all over the world using a feature called the Poke Portal. Use the Nintendo Switch's local wireless to connect with people nearby, or use an internet connection to connect with people from all over the world. Your adventure is bound to be more enjoyable playing with friends, cooperating to beat Terra Pokemon in Terra Raid battles, and sometimes even testing your skills against each other. Additionally, with the new Union Circle feature added to the Poke Portal, you and up to 3 friends can adventure together in the same space, cheering each other as you battle in wild Pokemon, or showing each other Pokemon as you walk along together with you. There is no single way to play using the Union Circle, and you can wander around together and spend time with your friends however you would like. They also released some information on some new Pokemon, but I'm going to let you guys Google and check that out for yourselves. And if all of any of that sounds interesting to you, I know I am very super hyped for the new Pokemon series, the new Pokemon games. I don't know which version I'm going to get. I love purple, so I'll probably end up getting Violet. But Pokemon Scarlet and Pokemon Violet are due out for the Switch on November 18th. And if you would like to see these trailers, they are on the JRPG Report Twitter at JRPG Report. I did retweet this. And that brings us to the end of our show, ladies and gentlemen. But before we get out of here, one last thing I have for you. Jake from the Discord, over on the Patreon Discord, has given us his thoughts so far on Digimon Survive, and I thought I would share that with you all. He says that, I am roughly 1/3 of the way through the story, I believe. First and foremost, this game is a visual novel. If you don't like those, this game is not for you. It's Japanese audio, so if you don't like reading, it's not for you either. But so far, I am enjoying the story. I think it's safe to say that if you liked Season 1 of the anime, you will enjoy the story as well. It's got some similarities, with a darker tone. Moving on to the rest, the battles are all tactics style. And so again, you already know if that's up your alley or not. There's a wide variety of Digimon, and the customization, while not extensive, is decent.
There is a Persona-style recruitment mechanic for adding new Digimon to your roster, plus an affinity system that deepens bonds with other human characters, each of whom has a Digimon partner. Those bonds will affect evolutions and some other in-battle mechanics. If everything I mentioned above sounds good to you, then the most critical part of enjoying the game will be making an effort to become invested in the story. There's more dialogue than anything else, so if you don't dig in, you'll probably lose interest in the rest, as there is not enough of it between story segments to make you want to push through if you're not enjoying the story. It's kind of similar to Trails in that regard. The more you invest in the story, the more it will pay off, and I do think that the story is very good. If anyone has any questions, let Jake know. He will answer as best as he can without spoiling anything. Now, back to the show wrap-up.
I appreciate each and every one of you for sticking around. So let me go ahead and go through my plugs real quick. First and foremost, if you would like to check out the show on Facebook, you can find us at facebook.com/the JRPG Report. And like I said, if Twitter is more your thing, at JRPG Report on Twitter. And if you are so inclined to help support the show and help me keep the lights on around my house, patreon.com/JRPG Report. Much like these wonderful people, Kim C, Jake W, Jordan K, Kularian, Taylor F, Luke C, and Master Loot. Thank you all very much. And perks for being on the Patreon: you get the episodes early, you get them as soon as I'm done editing instead of waiting till Thursdays, and you get to see the Let's Plays. The Let's Play that I'm doing right now is Final Fantasy VI. It's been a blast. And also, you get access to the JRPG Report Discord. You know, the patrons asked them what they wanted. They wanted a Discord, so a Discord they got. And it's a blast, man. It's a good little crew of people in there. So I'd love for more people to come join and chat some games with us in there. Other than that, man, I really hope this thunder's picking up on the microphone because it is so loud. It is like crazy. Anyways, as you're listening to this, the newest episode of the Steam Machine podcast is out. We did Final Fantasy VII. We wrapped that up with like disc 2 and 3. I would really like it if all of you would go check that out, man. I noticed the numbers were a little higher than normal for the Final Fantasy VII Part 1, so I do appreciate any of you that went and checked that out. The Steam Machine podcast available wherever you get your podcasts. Also, you can check me out on General Gaming News with General Gamer. At Ease Cadets, that's where you can get all your news that is non-JRPG related for gaming. Other than that, I do believe that is going to about wrap up this episode of the JRPG Report. Thank each and every one of you wonderful, wonderful people for listening. And before my power goes out, I'm going to end this so I can save it just in case. I want you all to get back out there and level up.